Hello everyone, this is Ari in the air. Welcome back to the channel. Stoked you're here. Today, I'm going to introduce you to Colima, Mexico. This is one of my favorite places to fly in Mexico. I have been there 7 times, 8 times. My first thermaling flights were there ever. Like my first thermal I ever caught was in Colima, Mexico. It is incredibly approachable and accessible for a wide range of pilots. That's why I do all of my XC clinics there. They're all listed on the paraglidingacademy.com. And today I'm just going to give you an intro of what it's like to fly there, what the flying is like, and what it's like to fly with us here at the Paragliding Academy. Are you ready? Here we go. So, here we are on the launch. This is Peter, my favorite student of all time, pulling up his glider. It's a wide astroturf launch. The city has commissioned it. It is kind of in disrepair, actually, and I think that us paraglide pilots could probably use a little bit of raking.
Launching.
Here, I'm launching the Enzo, just to give you a shot of me launching, but I'm actually not going to fly the Enzo in this video.
Silly snake.
Silly snake. Okay. I love that glider. But for the most of the video here, I'm going to be flying on an Epsilon 7, 8, something like that. I don't know. It was a glider that I borrowed from my friend Rafa. It's very generous of him, and it's super fun to guide on. Okay, so like I said, the launch is super wide, astroturf. The wind blows right up the hill. It's super easy. And then you have these 3 knobs that you see rolling down the hill here. It's really easy to teach people to paraglide there because you just send them over those knobs and you just fly down. If the thermal doesn't trigger on the first knob, then try the second knob. And if it doesn't trigger on the second knob, then try the third knob. And if it doesn't trigger on the third knob, then land safely in the LZ. And it's pretty rare that people land in the LZ there. That's the bailout LZ. It's pretty rare that they land there because it works really good there, really consistent. It's not so far from the ocean, so there's a lot of moisture in the air, and the thermals are pretty broad and approachable. Okay, so here's a video of me throwing my apple core at Peter. And this is our first glide here. So this is right off of, launch right there. We're looking at launch with that white capilla in the background, and this is a student who's marking a climb for us, and I fly over to the student and beep, beep, beep. So sometimes the students mark the climb, sometimes the guides do. But soon enough, all the other students land, and Peter and I are the only ones left in the sky. So Peter gets this just one-on-one session with me that was pretty mind-blowing for him, because Peter showed up to this clinic with like 50 sledders and an SIV. And so this is the last flight of the tour, and Peter made 55 kilometers and flew for 3.5 hours. So that was kind of the progression of Peter's week, was like showing up as a total green beginner and then getting these kinds of experiences, really thermaling.
We're gonna go like towards Comala here, and then we're just wrap around the city. The highway under us is our limit. We're just gonna wrap right around the town, and then we're gonna head up the volcano.
That's me telling Peter on the radio where we're going to go, and you can see flying in close proximity. You can see I'm wearing bike gloves because the top of lift is comfortable to fly. You don't have to wear big puffy coats and stuff. It's really comfortable flying. Okay, and here's Peter. We're flying in lift, and then he's pushing upwind, and we've been talking about this all week.
Nice, Peter.
Look.
Look at him go! Fucking searching upwind.
That's my dude. I love this guy. And his glider is so cool. I love the colors of this thing. So, and here we are. So basically the route is you fly around the city, and then you kind of fly either to Comala, or you fly to the drop zone, or you go up the volcano. And as you hear, I'm telling him to get on the speed bar and push out in front of me so I can get a sweet photo of him, because that's another thing I'm pretty good at with the guiding, is that I get killer photos of my clients. It's sick. And footage, as you can see. So this is, probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon now. And so the thermals are working really good and very consistent climbs. And we're just getting to turn wingtip to wingtip with each other. comfortably. Peter's wearing a sun shirt and his mountain biking gloves in an open harness. So, here in the American West, we fly like really tall. You got to have 7 puffy coats and electric gloves and shit. It's just annoying. And in Mexico and in Colima specifically, it's quite comfortable to fly. It's just the perfect place to train people to fly cross country. That's why I do it. So you can see there's lots of agriculture. And as we get closer and closer up the volcano, things are going to get greener and more lush and more vegetated. You see big trees. And look at the volcano. Okay? And
yeah, and grab our
okay, so
our fucking food and come pick us up. I'm so sorry. What a huge fuck up.
So in the video, I'm talking to my best friend Jen because I had misread the Airbnb thing and I thought we had to move out that day, but I was just freaking out. I had actually booked it correctly and then we didn't have to move out. But I was on the phone with her telling her that she needed to get all of our shit and get it out of the Airbnb, and that I was so sorry and that I love her and please help. And just the volcano, insane. And so here you see I'm not touching the glider. That's because I'm taking pictures of Peter. And it's just, look at that thing with the little, is it a cumulus cloud over the top or is a little bit of smoke and ash? You never know with this thing. It's totally an active volcano. Lava comes down it annually. There's, smoke and ash comes out of this thing super consistently. Okay, so lining up here to land, this is my friend Sean's drop zone. This is called Elevate. It's a really cool place and I've watched him build it over the last 7, 8, 9 years. He's just an amazing person, world champion kiteboarder, awesome wingsuiter and skydiver. So I always try to land like right into the hangar here, right? Because why not? I'm gonna fold it up in the shade. Might as well put it down in the shade like a boss. And then Peter comes in. Peter has a great landing because this huge open field, we do kiting here in the evening when you come out to the XC clinic. We do kiting here in the evening and we hang out and you see the palapa. We can have dinner and barbecue, and hang out on, if it's not flyable, we get to go skydiving. Sean flies hot air balloons. Sean has a paramotor trike. It's just like the things to do in Colima are just absolutely killer. And that's just a small taste of what the flying is like there. Yeah, I love it. I try to go every year and I would love to have you. So if you're interested in learning to fly cross country, I'm absolutely the person to teach you and Colima is the place. So that's a small taste of it. Thanks so much to Peter for being such a rad student and Jen for saving our ass when we thought we had to move out of the Airbnb frantically. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope this is helpful and we'll see you in Colima, everybody.